Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Catch the Mania Pub Style Trivia, the virtual version. My name is Chris. I'll be your guest host for tonight. I'm from up in New England, up in the New Hampshire area. My shout out to my friends over in at the Salt Hill Pubs, and we're gonna get started in 30 for 30 pub style trivia. It's the online edition number 31. We've been doing this for a while, and we'll be doing for a while longer. Hopefully, we'll be able to get back out and into those pubs and into seeing our friends pretty soon. So here we go. Remember, if you want to get our online scoreboard, you go to bit.ly CTM May 25th R1, or grab a piece of paper and write down your answers. Once we review the answers, share your scores, okay? It's round number one. It's our multiple miscellaneous version. Here you're going to get multiple choice questions, and you'll be able to pick out your answer from one of four. You got a 25% chance of getting these right, so don't blow them. Come on. Here we go. Here's the first one. Who was the voice in the television series Charlie's Angels? Who was the voice of Charlie? Charlie was a voice on the phone. We could be David Doyle, could be John Forsythe, could be Kirk Douglas, or it could be James Earl Jones. One of those four was the voice of Charlie. And of course, we all were not really keeping track of voices. We were mostly keeping track of the Angels, of course, and the excitement of everything. So that's question number one. A, B, C, or D. Here's question number two. Where is little boy Blue? He's sleeping somewhere, according to the traditional nursery rhyme. Little boy Blue, that's the one. Is he A, under a haystack, B, in the barn, C, on the moon, or D, in his bed? He's sleeping somewhere, so where is he? A, B, C, or D? You figure it out. Do you remember that one? Some of us do, some of us don't. And we all read them to our kids if you have kids, and you had them read to you maybe. Here comes number three. It's a geography question. What island group contains Jersey, Guernsey, Sark, and Herm? Those are names of islands. They might also be names of cows in some cases. But is it this island group? Is it the Sandwich Islands? Is it the Canary Islands? Is it the Channel Islands? Or the Galapagos Islands? Jersey, Guernsey, Sark, and Herm. I want to know who Herm is. That's what I want to know. Here's question number four. What nuts are used in marzipan? If you've ever had marzipan, you know it. It's delicious. It's a great thing. They put it in all sorts of interesting stuff. It's like a nut paste. Is it walnuts or almonds or macadamias or cashews? One of those four nuts is in marzipan. I love marzipan, I got to tell you that. But I don't know if that's going to help you any. Not even my friends know that one. But that's number four, A, B, C, D. Here's question number five. What show won the Tony Award for Best Musical, as well as the Pulitzer Prize for Best Drama? Both happened in 2016. So that's a pretty impressive group of awards, and probably won some more, I'm not sure. Was it A, Hamilton, B, Wicked, C, The Book of Mormon, or D, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child? One of those four won Best Musical and Best Drama in 2016. Which one was it? Here's number six. How old is Mike Tyson? He's been in the news lately as he teases about a comeback. There's a possibility that he might be in a boxing ring again sometime in 2020 down in Australia, is what I've heard. But the question that we want to know is, how old is this guy? Too old to be coming back anyway. A, 45, B, 49, C, 53, or D, 55? One of those four. That's number 6. Here comes number 7. How many times is a Roman numeral's value increased if it has a line over it? Okay. Is it increased by 100? Is it B, that's A, B, 1,000, C, 10,000, or D, 1 million? Which is it? How much is the Roman numeral's value increased by having a line over it? What'll it be? That's question number 7. Here's question number 8. In 2019's The Testament is what author's follow-up to the 1985's The Handmaid's Tale? So, a famous author, and I think you've heard of this book titled The Handmaid's Tale. It's been made into a movie and things like that. But the author wrote another book called The Testament in 2019. Was it A, Margaret Atwood, B, Alice Walker, C, Zadie Smith, or D, Kate Atkinson? Always have trouble with that one. That's number 8. Here's number 9. What's the only sign of the zodiac that starts with the same letter as the one of the months in which it falls? So one of the signs of the zodiac starts with the same letter as one of the months in which it happens to fall. They overlap 2 months. So one of those months starts with the letter that this zodiac sign starts with. Is it A, Scorpio, B, Aquarius, C, Aries, or D, Sagittarius? That's question number 9. Here's our last question of this round. Named for a longtime senator, the Daniel K. Inouye International Airport serves what state? 4 choices. Remember, you only got 4 choices. You got a 1 in 4 shot at these things. You should be getting some of them right. A, New Mexico, B, Arizona, C, California, or D, Hawaii? Daniel K. Inouye, longtime senator of one of these states. Which one is it? That's the last question in round number 1. So that's the end of round number 1. Look over your answers, write them down, mark them down, get ready, and then we're going to jump right into round number 2. Remember, if you just joined us, you can hook into the automated scoreboard or just grab a piece of paper and keep score. Write down those answers, and we'll tell you the answers in a little bit. So here comes round number 2. Oh, time for a hat change. Some of you know me for my hats. So here's a hat change. It's sports and games. I just like this hat. I used to live in this area. But here we go. First one. Which team is the only one to appear in 4, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, consecutive Super Bowls from 1991 to 1994? They actually were the Super Bowls were actually Super Bowl for the 1990 season, the 91 season, the 92 season, and the 93 season. Those 4 Super Bowls. Only one team's ever appeared in 4 consecutive Super Bowls. That's a pretty impressive feat. That's all I can say. So, what's your answer on that one? Then with this one, you get no multiple choice. You just have to know it. Write it down. Here we come. Up for round question number 2. Question number 2 coming up in just a moment. This is sports and games. So how many numbered squares are there on a bingo board? You remember bingo, right? Even if you're not old and play bingo on a regular basis at a bingo hall, you know how bingo works, right? We call out a letter and a number. Those little balls come popping out of the machine, and you go B47, G56, or no, actually it's not those. The numbers aren't that high, obviously. Those are just me making it up, sounding like more like the lottery. But this isn't the lottery. This is a bingo board. What are the numbered squares? How many are numbered squares? There's only a certain number. That's question number 2. This is question number 3. This one's going to take me a little time. What woman won the gold medal in halfpipe in the 2006 Winter Olympic Games in Torino, Italy, and the silver medal at the 2010 Games in Vancouver? She's also been featured in snowboarding documentaries, The First Descent and Snowblind as well. Very, very talented, very exciting woman half snowboarder. So Olympic medalist, gold medal in 2006, silver medal in 2010. What's her name? That's question number 3. This is question number 4. How many hosts have there been of the Family Feud, with Richard Dawson being the first and Steve Harvey as the current host? And we're not counting Al Roker, who hosted a single Celebrity Family Feud. That one we're not counting. We're counting the longtime hosts. How many are there? I'm going to give you one little hint on this. There are more than 2. There have been more hosts than Richard Dawson and Steve Harvey. But how many? That's the question we're looking for. I'm sure you remember at least 1 or 2, I don't know how many others. But do you? We'll see. That's the end of question number 4. In round number 2, here comes question number 5. What former UConn guard won a championship ring with the Celtics, an NBA championship with the Celtics, and also won an Olympic gold medal as a member of the 2000 United States men's basketball team? Olympic gold medalist, championship ring with the Celtics. Pretty impressive record. He actually probably has a few more prizes than that in his repertoire, but what's his name? He played for UConn. He was a guard for UConn. So not a bad start. So let's see. Do you know that one? This is sports and games. So that's a sports question if I ever saw one. Here comes question number 6. And here's a game question, a perfect one. You have to have Monopoly in your game questions, don't you? What's the only Monopoly token that's nearly life-size? You know, all those little metal tokens, the different shapes and different things. Each one of you always had a favorite one that you would want to be. One of those is nearly life-size in its size that it's on the Monopoly board. Only one of them. The rest of them were pretty outsized, pretty shrunken. So which one is the only Monopoly token that's nearly life-size? That's question number 6. Here comes question number 7. As a rookie in 1975, what career Chicago Bear led the league in kickoff returns, and then went on to a career as a long-term Bear as a running back? He was a rookie in 1975, led the league in kickoff returns, and then went on to be most well known as a running back for the Chicago Bears, as they say. All right, that's number 7. It's a good sports question. Here comes number 8. I'm guessing it's a game. Well, it's not. It's a sport. Name one of the 2 women with the most Grand Slam singles titles. One has 24 and the other has 23. So you only need to name one of them. So if you're old school, and you can name the old school one, and if you're new school, you can name the new school one. One of them has 24 Grand Slam singles titles. The other has 23. Either one of them will be good enough to get the answer right. We've got only 2 more questions left in our sports and games round. And then we're going to have, I believe, some answers for the first for the first round or the first and second round. I'm not sure. Here's number 9. What popular board game was originally known as Lexico? Interesting question. Didn't know it was called something else. This is a famous, popular board game. Very popular board game. Been around for quite a long time. It was originally known as Lexico. So think about that one carefully. Don't know if there's anything that the name has anything to do with anything, but it was called Lexico. Now it's called something else, and it's been called something else for quite a long time. And it's a very, very, very popular game. It's not Monopoly. That's the one thing I'll tell you. Okay, that's number 9. We got one more question left. Here is number 10. This is a baseball question now. Among designated hitters, what former Red Sox player, this is good for our New England fans anyway, what former Red Sox player is the all-time leader for designated hitters in Major League history for home runs, RBIs, and hits? That's a pretty impressive record. So, all-time leader in the major leagues for designated hitters, home runs, RBIs, and hits, and he played for the Red Sox. Can you name him? We hope so. That's the last question in round number 2. So take a deep breath. You made it through 2 rounds. Hope you had fun so far. We'll see what we got coming up. I think we've got answers coming up in just a moment. Answers to round 1. Time for a hat change. Answers for round 1. Here we go. Coming up right now. Who was the voice in the television series Charlie's Angels? David Doyle. It's John Forsythe. Number is letter B. Little Boy Blue was under a haystack sleeping. Not in any of those other places. That's 3. 3, it's the Channel Islands where Guernsey and Jersey and Sark and Herm. Who the heck is Herm anyway? Nuts in marzipan are almonds, and they are really good. I recommend you can get marzipan paste. The Tony Award Best Musical of 2016 was Hamilton, a great one. Some great musicals they listed right there. So how old is Mike Tyson? He's 53 years old. He should not be getting in a ring with anybody, let alone a real boxer. How many times the Roman numerals value increased? 1,000 times with a line. I didn't know that until I did this quiz. The Testament was written by Margaret Atwood, who is also the author of Handmaid's Tale. There you go. Number 9, the only zodiac sign is Aries. April is one of its months. And the Senator Daniel A.K. Inouye International Airport is in Hawaii. Wouldn't you like to be in Hawaii right now? Actually, I don't know. There's some questions. But anyway, you're still just jumping in? Well, that's fine. We still got one more round to go of questions. So you can grab a piece of paper, write down your answers. And then, of course, once we review, then you'll have stuff. All right. Round number 3, judge this book by its cover. And I'm just in the mood for hat changes, so we're going to do one more hat change. Here we go. This is a visual round consisting of clues, popular book covers, the title removed. Pretty simple. Name that book. You'll have plenty of time to look at it. Here comes number 1. You'll see why I'm wearing this hat later on. This is the first one. Mario Puzo is the author of this book. We've taken away the title, and you're going to have to come up with the title of the book. Pretty famous book, I got to tell you. Some of our books in this list have been made into movies, TV shows, different things. So that's something to think about too when you look at these things and think about the covers and you think about the names. That's something to consider. That's number 1 coming up right now. Here comes number 2. Nice tie. I wonder if that's connected directly with the book. I don't know. It's a nice looking tie though. but they took the title away, of course, and it makes it a little hard. E.L. James is the author. If that means anything to you, then you're in good shape. This one would be good. This is a good category for for one of my favorite teams up in Newport. But we'll see how all the rest of you do. Here's a Stephen King novel with a pretty wild-looking cover with the title removed, of course. We all know Stephen King, and here's my hint, of course. This is not The Shining, because if it was, we would have blocked that out. So it's not The Shining, some other Stephen King novel. Very well known. Stephen King novels, obviously, very well known. They make movies, they make TV shows, who knows? One of those. That's number 3. We're on to number 4. And this one is by Delilah Owens. It looks like it might have been an Oprah book club or somebody's book club, a New York Times, number 1 New York Times bestseller. Fairly recent, I think. I'm not that familiar with it, I'm afraid. Nice looking cover though, huh? So think about that one. We're almost halfway through this last round. That's number 4. Now we're at number 5. It's by Roald Dahl. It was illustrated by Quentin Blake. And that's quite an entertaining cover. It is a children's or a young adult book, that I will tell you, given that it's illustrated and everything, and given the look of it, and given Roald Dahl, who you may or may not know from other things. Number 6, we know this one, we know who this is, but we need the full, specific book title that goes with this book cover. So that may make it a little harder. Look at the whole book cover. Hopefully that will help you out. We know it's who it is, but that's about as much as we know. They didn't even bother to put the author on it. Number 7. This one is by Kobe Bryant. And the question is, what's the name of this book? It's a great cover. We say, our rest in peace came too soon, but that's the way things go sometimes. So Kobe Bryant's book, now number 8. This one is a book by V.C. Andrews. Goes back a little ways, but it's been very popular for for quite a long time. And V.C. Andrews writes very entertaining books. It says classic on the front of it. So it's not old, but it's going up. But that's question number 8. We've got 2 more left, and we're almost done. Here comes question number 9. This was a huge bestseller by a gentleman named Dan Brown. And Dan Brown, as it says on the cover, was also the author of Angels and Demons. So this is not Angels and Demons. If that helps at all, who knows if it does. But hopefully that cover will inspire you to something. So that's number 9. We've got 1 left. Then we'll have answers for round 2 and for round 3. This is my favorite, and this is why I'm wearing this hat. This is a book by Dr. Seuss. It is not, and I will give you that hint, it is not The Cat in the Hat. It is a Cat in the Hat book, beginner book, beginner reader book, but oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, it is a fun one, and it's a fun one to read aloud. I read this one aloud to my kids a lot, and we had a great time with it. It's a wonderful, wonderful book. A lot of work, though. Tongue twisters sometimes. That's number 10. That's the end of round number 3. So we're going back to another hat change. Yay! Because we're having answers coming up. Round number 2, sports and games. And here come the answers. And if anybody from my neck of the woods knows, that's my team, the Buffalo Bills. This is question number 1, 4 consecutive Super Bowls. Nobody else has ever done that. How many numbered squares in a bingo board? There are 24, 25 squares altogether, but the middle one has no number. So 24 squares. Hannah Teeter is the gold medal winning snowboarder. There were 6 hosts, along with Richard Dawson and Steve Harvey, Louis Anderson, a bunch of other people, Ray Kern, Richard Kern. Ray Allen was the UConn basketball Celtic. Monopoly token is the thimble. Very small sized, but still almost real. And of course, Daubert, the all-time great Daubert, Walter Payton. What can you say? Sweetness. Number 8, it's either Margaret Court or Serena Williams. If you wrote down one of those 2, you got it right. Good job, because you only needed 1 out of the 2. Scrabble was originally called Lexico. And finally, one more hat change, just for the heck of it, for David Ortiz and the Boston Red Sox. One of my favorites, certainly all-time leader. And now, answers for round number 3. Judge this book by its cover. Here comes the answers to this one. They're pretty obvious, obviously, once you see them. It's The Godfather, Mario Puzo. Great book, great movie. Can't get much better. Number 2, 50 Shades of Grey. I guess the tie actually is involved in the whole thing. I'm not sure. I never read it. We know some people who did. Here's The Stand by Stephen King. A great, great book. I highly recommend this one. Number 4, Where the Crawdads Sing. That's a cool title. Don't know anything about it. It's a new book on me. I might have to check it out. The Witches by Roald Dahl. Very entertaining. Number 6, coming up in a moment, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. That's what we needed. Here's number 7, The Mamba Mentality. Remember, Kobe Bryant's nickname was the Black Mamba. The Mamba Mentality, great book. Flowers in the Attic, probably V.C. Andrews' most famous book. She wrote a whole bunch. Very good. The Da Vinci Code, of course, that's the Mona Lisa eyes that you're looking at there in the middle of the cover. And number 10 is, of course, Fox and Socks. Say that 10 times fast is what it is. So, great tongue twisters, great fun book. That's it. That's all of it. We thank you very much. We'll be here next week. Keep looking us up. If you want to share your scores, please do. Give us a shout out. And we had a lot of fun. I hope I get to do it again, and I hope I get to see you guys out at some pub somewhere in